your feet happy outside of footwear. Body and posture expert Dr. Liza Egboga joins us now with more. Good morning to you, Dr. Liza.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing so well. It's so great to talk to you because I've got the dry, itchy feet, and we got to talk about ways to alleviate that. And so I know that you are the person to go to.
Absolutely. So first, I just want to give everyone a reminder of what they should look for winter boots when they are shopping for winter boots, because for some people, this might be their first winter in a long time actually staying in winter conditions. So there's 5 things you want to look for. Number one, you want to make sure that your winter boots are nice and warm and they're insulated, they're lined. Number two, you want to make sure that they are waterproof. So you don't want to get your feet wet, because if you get your feet wet, then they're going to be cold. Number three, you want to make sure that you get a boot that has some kind of support, because if you want to enjoy those long winter walks, say you have a dog or you're just getting out for exercise, which is great to do, you want to make sure that you have something supportive and nothing completely flat. And then number four is making sure that you get the right fit. So sometimes when people buy winter boots, they actually get them too big because they think the more room, the better. But if you don't have a good fit, your feet will actually be sloshing around in the boots, and that can lead to injury and blisters. And then number five, and this is the most important when it comes to winter boots, is you want to have a good tread or a grip at the bottom of the sole so that when you're walking, you don't have to worry about slipping. So there's some great boots now that have shards or abrasive material at the bottom of the rubber so that when you're walking, you're less likely to slip. So that's number one, is finding the right winter boots.
Oh, I love those tips. Thank you for that. Now, what else can we do to make our feet feel better during the winter?
So during the winter, as I said, we might not get out as much. So we want to make sure that the muscles in our lower body that help to support our feet are actually strong and mobile. So there's 2 exercises that I recommend that you do all winter. And the first one is squats. So research has shown that doing 50 squats a day is what it takes to have your feet feeling better, but also for overall mobility, lessening your chance of injury. And then when the weather gets nice again and you go outside, whether it's for runs or walks, you're going to be strong enough to do that safely. So with the squat, you just want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, and then you're going just as far as you can go. So you don't have to push it, and you're pretending like there's a chair behind you that you want to sit on. And ideally, if you can do 50 of these, amazing. But if you're first starting out with squats, maybe start with 10, and then each week add on another 10 until you're able to do 50 each day. And then the next exercise is standing hip abduction. The reason this is so great is because it helps with your balance. And when you have better balance, your arches work better, your feet work better, you have less foot pain, and you're also less likely to fall. So with this one, all you're doing is you're balancing on one foot, and then you're bringing the other leg up as high as you can, and then slowly bringing it down. And then you want to do this 10 times on each side. And as you're bringing your leg up, you're actually going to feel these glute muscles working. And doing these 10 times each day after you've done your 50 squats will mean that your feet will feel better, you'll feel better, and you'll be mobile once all the snow clears.
That is why you are the body and posture expert. Those leg raises were perfection. You just didn't even move really. And you have to sort of like hold on to your core as well, right?
Exactly.
Engage the core.
So you're engaging your core, you're using your glutes, and you're also working on the muscles in your feet that support you and that are required for balance. And then, after a day where you've done your exercises, you've gone for a nice walk in your good winter boots, you have to actually take care of your feet, because some of the things that can happen, especially during the winter, is you might lose circulation to your feet. If you're walking around your house more in unsupportive shoes, you might also notice that the bottom of your arch is tightening up as well. So I have a release that we use using a spoon. So for this release, you can be sitting, and then you kick off your shoes. And what you want to do is you want to use the smooth surface of the spoon And you're going to use the edge of that, and you actually just want to scrape the bottom of your foot. So I'm holding it like this so I have a good grip and I can apply a decent amount of pressure. And then as you're scraping, you should actually feel some crunchiness. And you want to do that until you don't feel any more crunchiness. I like to do it over a sock just because if you have sensitive feet, this might feel quite ticklish. And then not only do you do the bottom of your feet, but so important to do this at the top of your feet as well. So same thing, you take the smooth edge and the edge of the spoon, and then you go in between your toes. And with the top of the foot, you're going to feel a lot of crunching because this is an area that's often neglected. So you want to do this on both sides.
Okay.
If you don't have sensitive feet, what you can do is you can actually keep your spoon and make sure you have just a foot spoon so that you're not eating with it as well.
Yes.
You want to keep it in the fridge, and then what you can do is take off the sock and use a chilled spoon to do that same relief. And your feet will feel so much better. When your feet feel better and they're not tight and the muscles and the fascia are working well, you're going to have better support, better balance, and you'll feel better as well.
Body and posture expert, Dr. Liza, thank you so much for those wonderful tips. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you as well.